Are you aware of the new school lockdown policy in Northern Ireland? Under this policy, your child would be locked inside the school, no one allowed in or out, windows covered, lights turned off, mobile devices switched off. You will not be able to contact your child or know what's going on until the threat has passed. Then you receive a text or email with instructions. Imagine that. Imagine the anguish of not knowing what's happening. Parents at St Mary's Limavady were sent this lockdown information. Included in it is the text message parents might expect to receive. This is a direct quote. Now I want you to take a second here and imagine receiving this text to your phone. It reads, "The school is currently in a security lockdown. All external doors are locked. Please do not attempt to contact or come to the school." I've also been informed that St Ronan's and Ciummei have trained staff in lockdown procedures. So this isn't isolated. It's intended for all schools. Now, from your child's perspective, they'll now have to practice lockdown drills at least once a year. In an emergency lockdown, they'll be told to take cover away from doors and windows. Classroom doors will be locked and a roll call taken to see if anyone's missing. If your child happens to be outside or somewhere else, they won't be allowed to return to the school or the classroom. Instead, they'll be taught to take refuge in nearby buildings. What is going on that we now need this? Thankfully, I no longer have a child at school, but I can tell you what I'd be doing if I did. Firstly, I'd be contacting the school and asking to be informed when this lockdown procedure will be introduced. Even at the training level, awareness is key. Secondly, I'd be asking for a list of the threats that they're anticipating. The only one mentioned so far is a stray animal. Really? I mean, it's not like we have grizzly bears and tigers roaming wild. That's not going to cut it. It's time to say the quiet part out loud about what threat is anticipated. I'll be asking what is the procedure if the threat is inside the school, as we've recently seen in the UK with the murder of 15-year-old Harvey Wilgoose, stabbed with a hunting knife in the school canteen. I'd request to know when the drill is taking place so I have the opportunity to keep my child home that day if I believe it might cause unnecessary fear. If children aren't told what the threat is, they'll fill in the blanks themselves. And that atmosphere of fear will do nothing for their mental health, which has already taken a hammering this past 5 years. With a fire drill, at least they understand what fire is, and that drill means leaving the school, not being locked in. That said, if there is a genuine need for such a procedure, then children do need to be prepared, but in a way that they can process. That requires parents being involved, talking with their child and the school facilitating that. I'd request either an individual meeting or a meeting between parents and the school. Remember, this is your child. As much as there seems to be a growing idea that the state is the ultimate authority over your child, how very Marxist, take this as an opportunity to push back and clarify that you are the parent here. That brings me to the issue of phones. While the school has authority to confiscate phones under the Education and Inspections Act of 2006, these are disciplinary powers, not criminal ones. Your child does not legally have to hand over their phone or turn it off. Confiscation depends on cooperation, and refusal is a disciplinary matter, not a criminal one. Refusing to hand over a phone is not a criminal offence. Now, it might break a school rule, they may get detention or suspension, but it's not against the law. There will not be criminal proceedings. A teacher forcibly taking a phone during a lockdown would only be justified if there was an immediate and specific threat to safety. I would be contacting the school to inform them of my parental instruction regarding mobile phone access during emergencies, setting out reasonable conditions. I'd tell them that while I do appreciate and support the school's duty to maintain safety and order during the school day, including in exceptional circumstances, such as a lockdown, I want to make the following clear. My child's mobile phone is not to be confiscated or removed from their possession, except where there is an immediate and specific threat to safety. I've discussed this with my child, the importance of sensible and discreet phone use. I've told them to keep it switched off or on silent, do not take recordings, and understand that I will not call them as it might put them at risk. But if they need to contact me for reassurance, I will be there to support them emotionally. This is a reasonable and proportionate expectation, consistent with the school's duty of care and my parental rights. I'd also remind them that restricting parental contact in such scenarios could place pupils at additional risk, and I would question the school's liability if harm occurred as a result of this. Inform them of all of this in writing and request confirmation of receipt so it's on record. The truth is, with the current influx of the unvetted and rising cultural tensions, there is a real threat. It's sad that we have allowed this situation to develop and that our children must now pay the price. But it's vital that schools respect the parental right of guardianship and communication, even in emergency situations, and work with parents to ease concerns rather than deepen fears.